Hello students, today we are going to discuss about liverworts and mosses. In previous lecture I already told you that bryophytes may be of two types, liverworts and mosses. So today we are going to discuss each type of a bryophyte, that is liverworts and mosses. So first of all, let me start with the liverworts. They grow usually in moist, shady habitats such as banks of streams, marshy ground, damp soil, bark of trees and deep in the woods. You can see photographs here. Okay, and their plant body is a thalloid. As I told you in previous lecture, what is a thalloid body of a plant? Okay, if plant do not have true roots, stem or a leaf. Okay, means if a plant do not have any type of a true roots, stem or a leaf, then such a body of a plant is called thalloid. So here liverwort will have a thalloid body. Here you can see. And the example of a such a thalloid body is a Mertensia. Okay, Mertensia is a one kind of a liverwort. Thallus is the dorsiventral. Here you can see dorsiventral structure and closely appraised to the substrate. So it is closely attached with the substrate. Okay, and the leafy members have tiny leaf-like appendages in two rows on the stem-like structures. We will learn in detail in next. So now let me discuss about reproduction even in liverworts. So first of all, let me start with the asexual reproduction. By fragmentation, here a mode of reproduction is a fragmentation that is included in the asexual reproduction, and this fragmentation of a thalli or by the formation of a gamete. Okay, this is the gamete, a cup-like structure. Okay, and singularly it is called gamma. So by using this gamma cup, they can do a gamete type of reproduction. Okay, and one other kind is a fragmentation. These both are one type of asexual reproduction. Okay, so by fragmentation of a thalli or by the formation of a gamma, okay, this is a gamma cup and singularly it is called gamma. Gamma are green multicellular. Here you can see this is the gamma cup. The gamma cup are multicellular asexual buds that develop into small receptacles, and the receptacle is called gamma cups on the thalli. This is whole body is the thallus. Okay, on which this cup-like structure will be developed, and that is called gamma cups. The gamma are detached from the parent body. It will detach from the parent body. This is the parent body, that is a, we can say, thallus. Okay, it may be detached from the whole body of the plant, and then gamma are detached from the plant of a body, parent body, and then germinate to form new individual. Means it will detach from the parent body and then it will germinate to form a new individual, and it will act as a new individual. Next mode of reproduction is a sexual reproduction, and you know very well, for the sexual reproduction, any type of sexual reproduction need male and female sex organs. Okay, so here in case of a liverworts, male and female sex organ are produced on the same or a different thalli. Okay, on the same or maybe on the different thalli. Here you can see on the different thalli, this is the male organs and here a female gametophyte. Okay, and sporophyte is differentiated into foot, seta and the capsule. Okay, their sporophyte body will be differentiated into a foot, seta and the capsule. Then after meiosis, spores are produced within the capsule. Okay, so you know very well here a spore formation occur. Okay, so whole spores will be formed inside the capsule-like structure. Okay, and this is the one part of a sporophyte body. This sporophyte body have a foot, okay, then the seta and capsule. So inside this capsule, meiosis will occur, and inside this capsule, a spore will be formed. Okay, and after meiosis, spores are produced within the capsule. These spores germinate to form free living gametophyte. Here you can see, suppose this spore is released. Okay, then it will germinate. Here you can see rhizomes will be formed first. Okay, and then it will develop into new individual, and this individual will be in the form of a gametophyte like this. Okay, this is the gametophyte. Here you can see male gametophyte, and this one is a female gametophyte. Next type of a bryophyte is a mosses. So now let me understand what is a mosses. The predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss is a gametophyte. So here you must be remember, here predominant part of a stage of the life cycle of a mosses is a gametophytic structure. Okay, and it consists of two stages. First stage is a protonema stage. Here you can see this is the protonema stage. Okay, and gametophyte body will be always haploid. Okay, so here first stage will be protonema stage. Here you can see. Okay, and second stage will be leafy stage. This one is a leafy stage. Okay, so this gametophytic stage will include two stages, protonema stage and leafy stage. Here you can see this is protonema and leafy stage. So let me discuss what is a protonema stage. It develops directly from a spores. Okay, here you can see spore will be released. Okay, by using this sporophyte. Okay, this is whole structure of a sporophyte. From the sporophyte, the spore will be released. Okay, and directly from the spore, you can see here it will develop. Okay, so this development is called protonema. Okay, and the spore itself is a, you can see here it is a haploid, so protonema will also haploid. So it develop directly from a spore. It is a creeping, green, branch and frequently filamentous stage. Okay, it may be creeping, green, branch and frequently a filamentous stage. Next stage will be leafy stage. It develop from the secondary protonema. Here you can see from the protonema stage it will develop. Okay, so it developed from the secondary protonema as a lateral bud. Okay, they consist of upright. Here you can see these structures. Okay, this will consist of upright structures like this. Okay, and slender axis bearing a spirally arranged leaves. Okay, and they are attached to soil through multicellular and branch rhizoids. Okay, here you can exactly here you can see rhizoids. This is root-like structures. Here true roots are absent, but you can see rhizoids, that is the root-like structures are present. Okay, and let me repeat, they are attached to the soil through multicellular and branch rhizoids. Okay, and these stage bear a sex organ, and in this stage you will observe sex organs, male gametophytes and female gametophytes. So now let me discuss about reproduction in a mosses. So first of all, let me start with the vegetative reproduction. So here vegetative reproduction will occur with the help of fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. Here this is the secondary protonema, okay, in which a fragmentation and budding may occur, and this is one kind of a vegetative reproduction in the mosses. So by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema, vegetative reproduction will be complete. Next method of reproduction is a sexual reproduction, and you know very well for sexual reproduction there is requirement of a male and female gametes. Okay, so here Antheridia and Archegonia. Antheridia itself is a male gamete and Archegonia itself is a female gametes. So they both will be produced at the apex of a leafy shoot. Okay, at the apex of a leafy shoot it will be produced. Here you can see egg cell. Okay, this is Archegonia, and here you can see Antheridium, or this whole structure is Antheridium, and the which is gamete which is formed here is Antheridia. Okay, and the whole structure is Archegonium, in which Archegonia will form. So this is the egg cell and this one is the sperm cell. Okay, and after fertilization zygote develop into the sporophyte. Okay, here you can see this is a sporophyte structure. After a zygote formation it will develop into the sporophyte and having a foot seta. Here this one is a foot. Okay, this whole body is a seta. Okay, and finally capsule. So this one is a capsule in which spore will be formed. Okay, so foot, then seta and capsule. This is the capsules. Okay, inside the capsule spore will be formed. So the sporophyte in the mosses is more elaborated than in the liverworts. So you will clearly observe here than in the liverworts. The capsule contains spores. Here you can see yellowish color spores are present in the inside the sporophyte capsule. Okay, and spores are formed after meiosis. That's why the spores will be haploid. Here you can see one N is written. Okay, so spore will be whatever the spore here form is a haploid. Mosses have an elaborate mechanism to spore dispersal. Okay, means spore dispersal means what? To release of spores from the sporophyte. So here you can see it will be blast first, and as a blast of the sporophyte structure, it will release the spores. Here in this slide you can see some examples of mosses. So first of all let me discuss about Funaria. These diagrams are very important. Okay, these two diagrams are very important because so many times it may be asked in NEET or boards. Okay, so many times it is asked already. Okay, so let me see Funaria. So in the Funaria you can see here this is the not true roots but root-like structures, and that is called rhizoids. Then here this body is called main axis. Okay, then these structures up to these is a gametophytic structure, and these are leaf-like structure, not a leaf exactly, but leaf-like structures. Okay, and this body, erected body, here you can see sporophyte and erected body is called seta. Okay, this one is a seta. Okay, on the tape, you can see here on the top of a seta there is a capsule, this one. Okay, and inside which spore will be formed. So this one is a capsule. So these all parts are very important in the Funaria, starting from rhizode, main axis, okay, leaves, seta, and capsule, and up to this is a gametophytic structure, and after that a sporophyte will be formed from the gametophytic structure. Okay, so this is the case of a Funaria. Then here you can see sphagnum, this one. Okay, so here archegonial branch, this is a female related gamete forming branch, and then here antheridial branch, this means male related gametes will be formed here. Okay, and this is the polytrichum, this one is a polytrichum. You can see here clearly what is a polytrichum structure. Okay, so these two diagrams are very important, so practice it. So this is your homework for today's lecture, and before we finish this lecture, let me summarize whole topic by using one animation video. So look at this video.
It is common to see a green cover growing over rocks, bricks and walls after heavy showers. This green cover is nothing but moss, which is a type of bryophyte. Bryophytes are plants that usually grow in damp, humid and shaded localities. They are also called amphibians of the plant kingdom because though bryophytes grow in soil, they need a moist habitat for sexual reproduction. Let's now take a look at the different parts of a bryophyte. The plant body is thallus-like and is either prostrate or erect. It is attached to the substratum by unicellular or multicellular rhizoids. The plant body does not have true roots, stem or leaves, but possesses similar structures. The main plant body of a bryophyte is haploid. It is also called a gametophyte as it produces gametes. The plant body has both male and female gametophytes, which bear the male and female sex organs respectively. The male sex organs are called the antheridia, and they produce biflagellate antherozoids. The female sex organs, called the archegonia, are flask-shaped and each produces a single egg. During fertilization, the antheridium releases antherozoids in water where they come into contact with the mouth of the archegonium. One antherozoid fuses with the egg to form a zygote. The zygote in turn produces a multicellular body called the sporophyte. The sporophyte gets its nutrition from the gametophyte. Some cells of the sporophyte undergo meiosis to produce haploid spores. These spores germinate to produce a gametophyte. Bryophytes are of two types: liverworts and mosses. You can find liverworts in moist and shady environs such as barks of trees. The plant body, a thallus, is dorsiventral and oppressed to the substrate. However, in the case of leafy liverworts, the plant body bears tiny leaf-like appendages in two rows on the stem-like structures. Liverworts reproduce both asexually and sexually. In the case of asexual reproduction, we observe fragmentation of the thallus. Asexual reproduction also occurs when gametes are formed. They are green, multicellular, asexual buds that separate from the parent and develop into new individuals. They develop in small receptacles called gemma cups located on the thallus. In the case of sexual reproduction, the male and female sex organs are produced either on the same or on different thallus. Mosses are another type of bryophytes. Funaria, Polytrichum, and sphagnum are some common species of moss. A moss undergoes several stages in life, wherein the gametophyte stage is the most predominant one. The gametophyte stage has two substages, protonema and leafy stage. In the protonema stage, the spore develops into a protonema, a thread-like chain of cells. The protonema is creeping, green, branched, and filamentous. The second stage is the leafy stage, where the primary protonema develops into the secondary protonema as a lateral bud. The buds consist of upright, slender axes that bear spirally arranged leaves attached to the soil through branched rhizoids. The sexual organs develop during the leafy stage. Mosses reproduce vegetatively and sexually. Vegetative reproduction is by fragmentation and budding in the secondary protonema. In sexual reproduction, the male and female sex organs are produced at the apex of the leafy shoots. Let's now look at the uses and importance of bryophytes. Moss such as sphagnum provides peat, which is used as fuel. Moss also form a dense mat, thereby allowing rainwater to percolate into the ground. This prevents rainwater from running off and the subsequent soil erosion. Bryophytes such as moss are also ecologically important as, along with lichens, they are always the first to colonize rocks. Moreover, they decompose the rocks and make the area suitable for the growth of higher plants. Thus, we have seen that bryophytes have several uses.
In next lecture, we will learn about pteridophytes. So till that, goodbye.